obukodyo. Because this day, the 28th of February, happens to be the day when, together with the Tanzanian army, we captured Mbarara town, just on this very day. As I was getting ready in the morning to come, I remembered that at exactly 6:30, a Tanzanian commander, he was called Commander, and myself, we crossed that bridge in Mbarara when our forces were lined up at Mary Hill, those Mary Hill place. And we had fired, people had run away. So we crossed at 6:30, first light. So now, I don't know how you organized on this very day to come and launch a new attack. This was the 28th of February, 1979. In the Bible, because this is a big issue of strategy, I don't know how we are going to get everybody understand it. In the Bible, it says, rend ye your hearts, not just your clothes. Muyuzange emitima gyamwe, si byambalo byammwe. Mutagule emitima yanyu, muleke kutagula byokutwala byonka. This was Jesus. You know, Jesus was a really big mobilizer. He knew how to simplify things for people and how to go for substance. The Jews apparently had a custom that when somebody dies, to show that they are unhappy, they would tear their clothes to show that they are mourning. And Jesus said, don't just tear your clothes. You tear your hearts. Let the pain be inside you, not just on the surface. So what they were saying here, what Jesus was saying was, understand, go deep. So therefore, you, the NRM, mobilization is good, holding meetings, holding rallies, and all that. Like in Kampala here, they have meetings in Parliament, go abroad to benchmark. Imagine benchmark. Benchmark about Reichstora in London. Reichstora is here, it's not in London. So all those efforts will be very easy if you go back to the NRM principles and you do not only understand them yourself, the principles, those principles of the NRM are a diagnosis of the problems of Uganda. Those principles were first a diagnosis. What is this Uganda suffering from? And then a prescription. Okulagirira kw'omusawo. So therefore, as you mobilize, first of all, understand these principles very clearly yourself. That's why you, the leaders, must be different from the followers. A follower doesn't have to understand the depth of the matter. He needs a summary. Nze omukristo sida kumanya bya Bible ennyo. I don't have to know everything about the Bible. Like my daughter now, she's a priest. One of my children. I have got the first priest in my home for the first time. For us who have been cattle keepers, we have not been in government matters. We just go there, come back to our cows. But now I have got a priest. One of my girls is a priest. And she's telling me things I didn't know. Because she's not a mere member of the Christianity like me. Me, I'm just a Christian. But for her, she's a cadre. She's a priest now. She's the one who told me, I didn't know that you remember that man, Jacob, the one who stole, you remember Jacob? Jacob has got some issues there. He was no, it was the other boy, Esau. Esau who stole Jacob. Jacob is the one who stole the birthright. He's a thief. Jacob was a thief. He stole the birthright of Esau. But somehow God later forgive him. I don't know why. He became a good person. So which means that if you repent, you can become a good person. Now, but all this time, you can imagine I've been reading the Bible for a very long time. Until my daughter wrote her book. And I read it to write a foreword for her. That's where I found that the descendants of Esau are not Jews. I didn't know that. That they separated, they became another group. I didn't know. You remember the other man, Lot, the one they call Lot, the one who made a boat or what? Huh? No, there was Ruti. Ruti did something else. I didn't know that he was not a Jew. So all these people, I have been told by my daughter that they became different people. I didn't know. I thought they were all Jews. Because I was Mukristayo, not very deep. So this is the same with the politics. You, the cadres, you are the priests. You are not going to be like me, just a Mkristayo, a Veragiro Kumi, Nenkomao. You must go deep. That's why, therefore, it is crucial for you to understand the principles of the NRM, the 4 principles. Principle number 1, patriotism. I don't have time to go into them, but you know, you have heard about them, you know them. Principle number 2, Pan-Africanism. Principle number 3, socio-economic transformation. Principle number 4, democracy. Each one has got, each one has got very, very serious issues behind the summary. Tomorrow, I will make a broadcast Because in February, I decided to go to review some work in the rural areas. I was in Ixozi, meeting some groups there. Dr. Mona wanted me to come back here in the town for meeting. They said, Mundeke, you leave me. You have the meetings in Kampala. And then I did some work, which I will report tomorrow to the whole country. Now, in tomorrow's broadcast, I will address the issue of the socio-economic transformation. That principle. Because this is the one which affects the Wananchi. Because the NRM was able to understand. Because if you ask Museveni there, he's our chairman, but also Minister of Finance, Muntu Obia Senti. He will tell you that the economy of Uganda is private sector led, Banekorera Jange, which is true. But the problem you have is that your followers, our members of the movement, may not know how to maneuver in the private sector-led economy. They may not know what to do. What do I do? That's why the colonialists were taking advantage of them by saying, you grow cotton. Why do I grow cotton? Because UK has got factories in Manchester. At that time, UK was the leader of textiles in the world. They needed cotton, so you grow it. And you grow coffee, because now America wants coffee. And we want copper in Chirembe. We set up Chirembe. Now, those enterprises were introduced not because of the analysis of the Ugandans or the families, but because of the interests of other people. So therefore, we, the NRM, right from the 1960s, have been taking the duty of helping in our political work. When you say political work, I am a leader. I am a leader. You are leading just to where or to our that one will not help us. That's where now you get, there would really no work for the NRM. People would have all been very clear. But that oxensera to penetrate the people thinking, rend ye your hearts, not your clothes. Okutuuka ku ndowooza y'abantu is part of the problem. So therefore, NRM cadres, cadres, or your cadre, my daughter now is a cadre. In the Mukuru style, me, I'm just a follower. I just go to the church, stand up, sit down. I know Kataiskimu, I can recite them for you. But I end there. Deep, there are things I don't know. But you, the cadre, and these priests were able to convince us to join the church. So you, the cadre, you must go deep. So therefore, although we are now going to launch this exercise, the work of okunyonyora, okusomesa, to sensitize our people must be the leading effort of you, the cadres. Tomorrow I will speak again about socio-economic transformation, because really this is the issue. If all the Ugandans know how to live well in the strategy of private sector-led growth, then NRM will have no work to do. You will see, I can bring you cadres who are now bringing money to the party instead of asking money from the party, because they have the money now. So they are the ones donating. They are there. And tomorrow I will give you proof of this work in the TV. My message tomorrow will be on the 4 sectors, will be on wealth creation. Because part of the problem you have in the country, from the beginning when we came into government, you could see that some people talk about wealth consumption, but they don't know much about wealth creation. This is our struggle, we as leaders, to teach every adult Ugandan, even the young people, to teach them how to create wealth. How to create wealth. Even the politics of tribalism, of what, religious sectarianism, is pushed by people who don't know anything about wealth creation. Because me, a wealth creator, I don't think about tribes. I am a cultural wealth creator. I produce beef. I produce milk. I produce bananas in all my farms. Those Banyankwere, many of them don't buy my milk. They don't buy my beef. They don't buy my bananas because they also have the same. Therefore, the people who buy, if you go to Yantonde and you stand there and you count how many lorries carrying matoke, carrying cows, carrying milk coming to Kampala, you will be amazed. It's a huge amount. So therefore, who are my supporters in terms of wealth creation? It is not the Banyankwere. It is the other Ugandans in Kampala who do different things, who buy my milk, who buy my beef, who buy my bananas. That's why we say patriotism, love Uganda. When you hear people talking of tribes, those are parasites. Parasites. Either they don't understand because they are doing nothing, or they understand but they are parasites. They are the ones who talk about tribes, about religion, about nz'omulunzi, nz'omulimi, nz'omubazi, omuvubi, sirina budde bw'amawanga n'amadiini. I remember in the 1950s, Banyankwere don't eat fish. The old ones, these ones have finished fishing the lakes. But the old Wanyankore never ate fish, never ate ensonzi, mud fish. But in Ntungamo, we had a man called Sharara, who was always catching these mud ensonzi and putting them on emisto spits and put them there on the road. And people from Kampala would come and buy the ensonzi. So the relationship between the producer of a good and the consumer of the same good has been clear even in the olden days. One part of the country produces something, it is consumed somewhere else. And this is why NRM said, you people pay attention to patriotism. Love Uganda, because Uganda, you need it for your own good. It's better than just your tribal areas. The other time we checked, and we found that 18 buses were leaving Lira every day and coming to Kampala, full of langis. Those people come with money from Lango in their pockets. They don't come empty-handed. They come with money and spend it here in Kampala. In the shops, in the what. 18 buses. You check these movements every day. And each bus is carrying 70 people. How much is each person having on himself? So that's why the NRM analyzed this and said, you people, patriotism is the answer. Love Uganda. Why do you love Uganda? Because you need it. You know, that's how the Africans speak, as if they are not in a hurry. As if they were just seated. Ebikado nebituyitira ku Ebusoga. The Basoga started producing a lot of sugar cane and producing a lot of sugar. Then we found the internal market is not enough. We were producing, we had reached 700,000 tons. I think now it has come down a bit. And we were consuming only 320,000 here. So we had a surplus of 380,000 tons. So, who were saving us? Our neighbors, the East African countries. Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, and even further. So that's why, therefore, the NRM said, for your prosperity, in order to ensure the prosperity of the people of Uganda, after patriotism, Pan-Africanism. Why Pan-Africanism? Because you need Africa for your own prosperity. That's why I really get surprised. The NRM Secretariat must be very aggressive, challenging the radios, the what, this TV, they're talking nothing. You don't hear them talking about patriotism. You don't hear them talking about Pan-Africanism. So you wonder, where do these people think the future of our children is? The NRM insists on patriotism, on Pan-Africanism, because that is where the future of our children is. And the countries that have understood this, like the United States, when they got independence from Britain, they had 13 colonies. They united them to form the United States. They kept on adding on, and adding. They are now 50 or so territories. That's how the United States became the most powerful country on earth, although it is a young country. Neighboring, there is Latin America. Latin America is richer than the United States in water, the Amazon, in forests, in minerals, but people there are very miserable. You see them on the TV going from South America on foot, walking on foot, running away from poverty to the United States where there is prosperity. So therefore the question we have been asking Africans, you wonderful people, you leaders, excellency, this one, right honorable, honorable, fine, thank you so much. But what future do you have for your people? Do you want to build a Latin America in Africa or a United States of Africa in Africa? What is exactly your job as a leader? Abana bamwe, abazukuru bamwe, mbategekedde ki? Nobody is bothered. Going to New York, California, munonya ki eyo? Why don't you get solution to your people? People talk of insurance. Insuring cars, insuring radios, insuring. Me, I have no insurance. My insurance is Success of Uganda. I have never taken an insurance policy. What insurance have you done for our children and our grandchildren? By promoting tribalism and sectarianism of religion and tribes, by just sticking with these small units, Uganda, Republic of Uganda, Republic of this one, is that the insurance you have for our children? So, therefore, this is not a new message, but since you have invited me here, I can't avoid pointing this to you. Mobilization of just meetings, that is rending our clothes. We must rend our hearts. Now, for the wealth creation, we have told you many times that the sectors are four. There is commercial agriculture with the Chivaro. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate to you tomorrow when I speak in the TV. Commercial agriculture for each homestead with the Chivaro. Sector 2, manufacturing and artisanship. Again, I will be able to show you some of those items. Services, some of the people are involved in services. Transport, hotels, abayimbi, abakatemba, those are services. Abarogo, those are services. The preachers, these who preach in the pastors, those are service providers. Then ICT. Therefore, as we launch this register, we need to emphasize that the NRM is a party of Okchenura. This is, that language of yours has a lot of words which are not in some of the other dialects. Okchenura, who can help us with Okchenura? Some of these Banyankore or former Banyankore.
Your Excellency, okuchenwa ni shulgo mukuchena. To be poor, but okuchenwa is somebody who can help you to get out of that poverty.
Thank you. This is the man from Kagadi.
Kakumiro. Chairman NRM and MP.
Very good. Now, he has tried. Who can do it better? Omushti, the girl. This girl is...
Chenura chiramanyisa kubanide.
Huh?
Kubanide. Okwetagala imigo kuchenura.
Okuchena.
Okuchena, yes.
Okuchena
chiramanyisa ogoro.
You say it in English.
To be poor. To be needy.
To be needy.
Yes. That's
okay. This is strong. Yeah. Brenda.
Barbara Navasa, coordinator to region in the office of the president. Nichimanyisa okuiha muntu mboro kuchenura kuyamba muntu na kuye.
Thank you. They have narrowed it to poverty, but it's wider. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Navasa Barbara to regional coordinator.
Toro.
Regional coordinator.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
The last one.
His Excellency, Nabanyata Judith Charsi Makanyena, Nyandugambara, Witunivanda. Okuchena, no kuba washango muntu, ari omuchachenere. Nabasa kuba chenere, arwire atine bujanjabi. Nabasa kuba chenere, ayino mwana atine school fees. Nabasa kuba chenere, ayombe cherenza atine mabati.
Very good.
Nabasa kuba chenere, atine muchokurundra muchokurisizamu.
What's your name?
I'm called Kanyena Judith Charsima.
Who?
Charsima Judith Kanyena.
Kanyena. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, thank you. Go and sit. In Uganda, they have got a word, obwetavu, which means needs. In Runyankore also there is a similar word, ebyetengo. So those are equal. Obwetavu, ebyetengo. But Abanyankore add on this other word, omcheno. It's not just material lack. You may lack, as she was saying, you may lack medical care. You may lack